So we have been warned by the White House that there are potential threats against our water supply. But according to the EPA, they are saying that nearly half of our US tap water is contaminated with forever chemicals. This is a huge concern because now we're getting reports that more than 70 million people here in the United States are drinking contaminated water every single day. I want to break down what is going on, show you the numbers, show you the map of the cities that are the most contaminated, and I will tell you what I am doing to ensure that myself and my family are safe and not drinking contaminated water. So make sure you stick around for this entire video. All I ask is one thing, it takes 2 seconds. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So first, we need to talk about the warning from the White House. The White House is actually warning governors that we need to be very concerned because there's a threat with Iran and China potentially doing a cyber attack against our water supply. So they're saying governors should be on high alert. That's the first thing. The second thing that you need to understand is that as of right now, tens of millions of people in this country are drinking contaminated water. They say arsenic, contaminated water, and it could get a lot worse. The concern here isn't that we are drinking somewhat contaminated water, and I'm going to show you a map. This map right here, okay, and I'm going to show you another map in a second, but this one right here that says nearly half of the tap water in the US is contaminated with forever chemicals, the government study finds. Look at this. It says in the explanation, number of detections right here, between 7 and 9. Look at this, Florida, okay? Look at over here on the East Coast. Look at the amount of contaminations, the detections they are finding, okay? Up here, look at that. Down here in California, okay? Even one detection is bad. Now, I want to read you this statement. It says almost half of the tap water in the United States is contaminated with chemicals known as forever chemicals, according to a study from the U.S. Geological Survey. But this is the number I want to explain. There are more than 12,000 types of PFAS, according to the National Institute of Health. But this study looked at only 32 of the compounds. So there's 1,200 types, but according to this study, which already found there's forever chemicals in our drinking water, they only studied 32 compounds. That's it. What's even scarier? Let me read this number to you. Of the 3,800 systems all across the United States, okay, and you can see them right here. Of those 3,800 systems, okay, 1,245 measured at least one PFAS compound above the EPA's reporting levels. Look at this, okay? What you don't want to see is red. Look, I'm going to click on this. Look at that. Highest percentage over level, 400%. Look over here, okay? This is in the Potomac River. This one right here, number of pollutants. Well, I may have clicked on the wrong one. Let me find, let me show you this one down here, okay? If I can actually click on it, there you go. Okay, North Bay Village, that's where it's at. Over 1,000% over the level. Number of pollutants, 9. Let's go over here to Illinois, okay? There's the population served, 15,000. Number of pollutants, 1. The highest percentage over the limit, 4,500%. 4,500. That is massive. That's a huge, huge concern. Okay? Again, this one's in Colorado Springs. Population served, 27,000. Number of pollutants, 8. 4,586.7% higher than the limit. That's massive. It's a huge concern. Now, one of the things that you need to keep in mind is that these forever chemicals, okay, these are impacting more than 70 million Americans from drinking just basic tap water. Now, one thing I want to be very clear on is that the White House is warning us of a threat where we could potentially see Iran or China or other countries actually have a cyber attack against the United States. This cyber attack could easily disrupt our water filtration system, disrupt our water treatment facilities. We could easily be drinking even more contaminated water. Now, I want to read you a few other things really quick. And the reason why I want to read you these is because you need to understand the levels that we're dealing with. Just look at this. It says at least 70 million Americans get their water from a system where toxic PFAS forever chemicals were found at levels that require reporting to the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA. It says that's according to new data the EPA released in its ongoing 5-year review of water systems across the nation. It says PFAS, or per and polyfluorinated alkyl substances, are nearly indestructible chemicals widely used across industries for decades, found in drinking water, food, firefighting foam, and nonstick and water repellent items. So how crazy is that? That in our drinking water, in food, it's the exact same stuff we are finding in firefighting foam? We're consuming something that is in the foam that firefighters are using, that is in nonstick and water repellent items? Does that make sense? Not to me, it doesn't. Let me keep reading this, okay? Look at this. It says Salt Lake City, Sacramento, California, Madison, Wisconsin, and Louisville, Kentucky were among the major systems reporting PFAS contamination to the EPA in the latest data release. This is highly concerning, okay? Now, I want to show you this map again, okay? The reason why I want to show you this map is because this is more concentrated on the East Coast, but it's still highly concerning because everybody's being impacted from this. Okay, if I zoom in on this, you can see the red over here on the East Coast. Look at all this. You can see all the different red. Now, you're not seeing it, but here on the map, okay, there's actually in this box, it gives us the levels. And a red dot means it's over 300%. A white dot means it's within levels, okay? Now, again, I'm going to show you this, okay? Look at all the white dots. So we're within levels on a lot of these. So that's good news there. But the concern is not all the levels are within the white, okay? If they're kind of pinkish, they're 51 to 100% over the level, exceeding the reporting levels right there. And so, again, highly concerning. Now, one thing I do want to show you, though, is what am I doing? Because, again, if we are seeing that nearly half of all the drinking water in the United States is contaminated with forever chemicals, we need to do whatever we can to pull out those forever chemicals. Now, what can you do? Well, there's two different things I do. One, you can get yourself a reverse osmosis water purifier, and this is a good one right here. I really like it. And so this one right here, it's a SimPure little water filtration system. So you can see right here, it sits on your counter. You can fill it up whatever cup size you want. Anyway, there's a sale right now. It's $289. Normally about $370. You can go and get that if you want it. Okay, really good. One thing I can tell you is if you are just putting your cup under the tap and filling up your water, for most homes, they don't have a water filtration system. You can get a Brita, filter as well. The reverse osmosis ones, in my opinion, and based off what experts have told me and what I've read, those are just much better. You do pay a little bit more, but again, they are much better. But there's something that I love to have. This right here, anybody can get it. It does not cost $200. This is the one I have. It's a Yeti Rambler. It's a 36 ounce little Yeti, insulated water bottle, pretty much. It's this one right here. And I'll put links to both of these, the reverse osmosis machine and also this water bottle. It's great. It has two different sizes you can actually use. So you got this one right here. So if you just want to drink it, but you also have this right here, larger opening. But this will keep your water cool, very cold for days really. And so this is a great thing to have. I love it. I actually have two of these. I have this stainless steel one, obviously right here, but I also have a white one. Again, great little things. They're not the the fashionable thing like the Stanley mugs or whatever that everyone has, but these are going to keep your water much cooler than a Stanley will, in my opinion. So that's what I personally use. Absolutely love it. Again, right now there's a lot of controversy, a lot of issues regarding our drinking water, potentially seeing a threat to our infrastructure. For example, water treatment, water facilities. And so right now, my recommendation to you: do what you can. Make sure you and your family are drinking water that is actually safe. It's not contaminated with forever chemicals or potentially something else. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, this is a huge concern. Over 70 million people are currently drinking water that is contaminated. And it's contaminated with stuff that they're using in non-stick items, right? Water repellent items, and even firefighting foam. That's concerning to me. So that's where we're at this time. I promise as soon as we get any more information on this, I will bring that to your attention as soon as possible. But again, that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.